She wasn't who she said she was. And I found out the truth the day I proposed. I met her on a Tuesday morning, the kind of morning where the city still feels half asleep and your coffee tastes like a second chance. The bell over the door jingled as I walked into Bean Brothers Cafe, the same tiny coffee shop I'd been going to for 2 years. The barista behind the counter was new. She had red headphones around her neck, hair pulled into a lazy bun, and a latte foam heart tattoo on her wrist. "Regular?" she asked without looking up. "How do you know my regular?" She smirked. "I read your vibe. Tall guy, gray hoodie, just enough stress to order black coffee, but still hopeful enough to ask for oat milk." That was the first lie. Not the coffee part, but the idea that she didn't know me. Her name was Lila. Or at least, that's what she told me. We started talking every morning. I'd come in around 8:15. She'd already be there, humming some indie song no one else recognized, making complicated drinks without looking. She was quick with sarcasm, generous with smiles, and wore mismatched socks on purpose. I liked her instantly. "Is Lila short for something?" I asked one day. "Yeah," she said. "Lies." I laughed. I thought it was a joke. Weeks passed, then months. We started texting, then hanging out after her shifts. I found out she painted badly. She said it helped her feel like she wasn't just surviving. I showed her my terrible high school poetry, which she said was so bad it circled back to charming. She didn't talk about her family. She avoided serious questions like she was dodging bullets. But I didn't push. I was falling for her. One night, we sat on the hood of my car, watching airplanes blink across the sky. "If you could be anyone, who would you be?" I asked. She looked at me for a long time before saying, "Someone who tells the truth." Things changed in the 4th month. I walked in the coffee shop one morning, and she wasn't there. Some guy named Derek was behind the counter. "Where's Lila?" I asked. He blinked. "Who?" "The girl who works mornings." "There's no girl who works mornings. I just started this week. They said the last barista quit 2 months ago." I froze. My phone buzzed. "Lila, don't freak out. I'll explain. Just meet me. Tonight." Our spot. Our spot was the rooftop of an old parking garage, where you could see the city breathing in neon. She was already there when I arrived, wrapped in a yellow hoodie that wasn't hers. She didn't look like herself. Or maybe she looked too much like herself. "I'm not who you think I am," she said. "I'm starting to get that." She took a deep breath. "My real name's not Lila. I don't work at the cafe." I was squatting in the back room, sleeping there at night, making coffee during the day before anyone showed up. I wasn't supposed to be there. I blinked. "You what?" I didn't mean to lie. I was just trying to survive. And then you walked in, and you looked at me like I was real. I didn't say anything. She kept going. "I've been homeless since I turned 18. Foster care booted me out. I bounced between shelters, couches, coffee shops. I lied about who I was because I didn't think you'd stay if you knew the truth." Silence stretched between us. "I should go," she said finally. I shook my head. "No, not yet." I didn't sleep that night. My friends told me I was crazy, that I should cut her off, that people like that always come with drama. But I kept thinking about how she looked at planes like they were promises. We took it slow after that. No more lies. At least, that was the rule. She got a real job, this time legally, at a bookstore cafe. We moved in together 6 months later. I caught her staring at me sometimes, like she still couldn't believe I stayed. I'd joke, "What? Do I have oat milk on my face?" She'd smile and say, "No, just checking if you're real." The night I decided to propose, I went back to that first coffee shop. The place had changed. New paint, different name. But the bell above the door still jingled the same. I stood there for a second, remembering. Then I pulled out the ring and walked outside. I found her on the fire escape of our apartment. She was watching the sunset, legs dangling like she didn't have a care in the world. "I have a question," I said. She turned, raising an eyebrow. "Do I owe rent?" "Worse," I grinned. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with someone who drinks oat milk and writes bad poetry? She stared, then laughed. You're serious? Completely. She didn't cry. She just nodded and said, okay, but only if you let me lie at least once a year. Deal. They say love is about trust, but sometimes it starts with a lie and grows into something honest. Because Lila wasn't perfect, but she was real, and sometimes that's more than enough.